Hello, friends. Welcome to the HTML Complete Course, Chapter 2 Text. Last week we learned about the structure of pages and created our first website. Now we continue our Chapter 2 Text. What's today's agenda? Firstly, we will learn about headings and paragraphs. Secondly, how to make it bold, italic, and emphasis. We will get knowledge about structural and semantic markup. And in the last, we see the summary. In this chapter, we focus on how to add a markup to the text that appears on your pages. What is structural markup? The elements that you can use to describe both headings and paragraphs. And what is semantic markup? Some text elements are not intended to affect the structure of your web pages, but they do add extra information to the pages. They are known as semantic markup. It provides extra information, such as where the emphasis is placed in a sentence, that something you have written as a quotation, and who said it, the meaning of acronyms, and so on. Headings. HTML has 6 levels of headings. H1 is used for main headings. H2 is used for subheadings. If there are further sections under the subheadings, then the H3 element is used, and so on. Browsers display the contents of headings in different sizes. The contents of an H1 element are the largest, and the contents of an H6 element are the smallest. The exact size at which each browser shows the headings can vary slightly. Here you can see the HTML code for heading on the left side and the right side its output. Paragraphs. A paragraph consists of one or more sentences that form a self-contained unit of discourse. To create a paragraph, surround the words that make up the paragraph with an opening p tag and a closing p tag. By default, a browser will show each paragraph on a new line with some space between it and any subsequent paragraphs. Here you can see on the left side that we wrote 2 paragraphs with p tags, and in the output, both paragraphs are on a new line. Bold. By enclosing words in the opening, tag B, and closing, tag B, we can make characters appear bold. The B element also represents a section of text that would be presented in a visually different way, for example keywords in a paragraph. Although the use of the B element does not imply any additional meaning. In this example, you can see in the first sentence that we want to make the word bold. So, we put that word in the tags B, and on the right side, you can see their output. Italic. By enclosing words in the opening, tag I, and closing, I tag, we can make characters appear italic. The I element also represents a section of text that would be said differently from surrounding content, such as technical terms, names of ships, foreign words, thoughts, or other terms that would usually be italicized. If you see the second line in the example, then we make the channel name, Ruxit Forever, italic by putting it in I tags. Friends, if you have any doubt, comment it, I'll try to give a solution there. You can find the notes and source code links in the description below. Please, subscribe to the channel, it's motivated me to create a new video. Don't forget to like and share. Superscript and subscript. The sup element is used to contain characters that should be superscripts, such as the suffixes of dates or mathematical concepts like raising a number to a power such as 2 rest to 2. You can see that we used superscript in the first paragraph for the 26th and 2nd chapters. The sub-element is used to contain characters that should be subscript. It is commonly used with footnotes or chemical formulas such as H2O. In the second paragraph, we used subscript for words H2O and day 1. White space. To make code easier to read, web page authors often add extra spaces or start some elements on new lines. When the browser comes across 2 or more spaces next to each other, it only displays 1 space. Similarly, if it comes across a line break, it treats that as a single space too. This is known as white space collapsing. You will often see that web page authors take advantage of white space collapsing to indent their code to make it easier to follow. Line breaks. As you have already seen, the browser will automatically show each new paragraph or heading on a new line. But if you wanted to add a line break inside the middle of a paragraph, you can use the line break tag br. Horizontal rules. To create a break between themes, such as a change of topic in a book or a new scene in a play, you can add a horizontal rule between sections using the HR tag. There are a few elements that do not have any words between an opening and closing tag. They are known as empty elements and they are written differently. An empty element usually has only one tag. Before the closing angled bracket of an empty element, there will often be a space and a / character. Some web page authors miss this out, but it is a good habit to get into. Strong. The use of the strong element indicates that its content has strong importance. For example, the words contained in this element might be said with strong emphasis. By default, browsers will show the contents of a strong element in bold. Emphasis. The EM element indicates emphasis that subtly changes the meaning of a sentence. By default, browsers will show the contents of an EM element in italic. Changes to content. The INS element can be used to show content that has been inserted into a document, while the DEL element can show text that has been deleted from it. The content of an INS element is usually underlined, while the content of DEL element usually has a line through it. The S element indicates something that is no longer accurate or relevant, but that should not be deleted. Visually, the content of an S element will usually be displayed with a line through the center. Older versions of HTML had a U element for content that was underlined, but this is being phased out. Creating example. As you seeing on the screen, we make the same website now. There is a 2-paragraph and it's divided by a horizontal rule. The paragraph has one main heading and one subheading. You can see some italic words, emphasis, a sentence with quotation, abbreviation, and citation in both paragraphs. Then let's do it practically. Left side you can see the code and right side in the white space you can find output. Right, HTML opening and closing tags. Now we create a title inside the head tag. Let's make the title About India. Now it's time to create a body tag for the main display content. Create the main heading with the H1 tag as you can see in the output. Make subheading with H2 tag. I am going to copy the random text for the paragraph. Now cover up these texts with P tags and make 2 paragraphs from them. You can see the output parallelly on the right side. For creating a horizontal line to divide two paragraphs, we can do it with an HR tag. As per the final output, let's make the words italic by I element. Suppose next words are using as reference, for that we are using cite element. Let's show the word Arabian Sea as emphasis. For that, cover up that word with em element. Now the first sentence of the second paragraph is double quoted. So put that sentence inside the Q element. The abbreviation is used for showing a full form of any word or describe the word. For the last word in the second paragraph, we write the ABBR element with the title attribute and give value for that. So, once you hover the mouse on that word, it gives details. Now it's time to recall the summary. HTML elements are used to describe the structure of the page, e.g., headings, subheadings, paragraphs. They also provide semantic information, e.g., where the emphasis should be placed, the definition of any acronyms used, when given text as a quotation. Friends, if you have any doubt, comment it, I'll try to give a solution there. You can find the notes and source code links in the description below. Please, subscribe to the channel, it's motivated me to create a new video. Don't forget to like and share. So, that's it for Chapter 2 text. I will see you in Chapter 3 lists.